tell by the name of this video. I am making a Quarantine Diaries series just to try and capture the incredible weirdness of this time of my life, living through a pandemic. So I'm beginning by talking about where I was when the isolation really kicked in the UK at least anyway. So when we started getting the first sort of signs of trouble in the UK, so when the EU countries were starting to go into lockdown and stuff, and we knew that pretty soon it'd be a big thing in the UK and the government would be placing restrictions on social activities and things, I was at university still in Kiel with my friends, my uni friends, just studying and thinking that life was going to go on as normal. And it's my final year, so it's going to be graduating this summer, so, you know, thinking that all of that was going to still be happening. Basically, everything changed pretty much within a week. I remember on the Monday, we were just going to lectures as normal. There was kind of some speculation as to what was going to be happening with social distancing and gathering in big groups, but it wasn't really seen as a risk at that point to be in lecture halls together. So we're still going to lectures and everything. All of that was still happening. By the end of the week, by Friday, all face-to-face contact had been cancelled, including we had like various tests that were coming up that week and the week after. All of them were cancelled, and all of our staff members were just like, what's going to happen? We don't know. Pretty much as soon as all face-to-face contact had been banned, my uni house and myself, so me, Charlie, Scott and Nick, all started to isolate, reducing down our contact with people. I did manage to go and see my best friend Rosie before she left to go home back to Newcastle, and I got to go on a lovely hike with her and her housemates. And then these first few clips are when Scott, Nick and I spent a couple of days just as the three of us, going on walks and going to the shop if we needed to and spending time together, which was really lovely. But yeah, so I had a few days of just being the three of us, and then Scott went home. It's a sad day for the Quarantine Diaries. Scotty has just gone home. Nick went home and I started to isolate at my university house with my best friend Josh, because we needed to fully isolate, as in not go to the shops or anything, for 5 days before coming home to my home in Sheffield, because I live with an immunocompromised family. So there's a few clips of when it was just chilling as the two of us and living life in isolation. And then we headed home to my house, and we've been isolating as a family and going on a walk with the dogs in the morning and doing university work at home or in the conservatory. Everyone's in good health, fingers crossed that will last. There's daily updates on BBC News. Boris Johnson was admitted to hospital into the intensive care unit because he is struggling with the coronavirus now. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this series of Quarantine Diaries.